Alright, so we're checking out another renewed phone here. This is from BackMarket, and I wanted to try out one that was in good condition versus the previous one I showed you, the Z Fold 3, which was in fair condition. So a number of you were wondering what the different condition levels look like, and of course within each level, fair, good, or excellent, there's going to be some variance. So I guess condition ratings can be kind of subjective. So just, I found one here. This is the Pixel 5. Kind of looking at phones that have come out within the last few years that are still pretty good values. I think I got this one for about $150, and there was a coupon code. And by the way, if you use the referral code, you can get $25 off if you're interested in a renewed phone. So check that in the video description. But wanted to see what the condition of this phone would be in comparison to the fair condition phone that you saw in the previous video. So let's go ahead and open this up and see what we got. Alright, so we get looks like a BackMarket branded box from this seller, and they did send it FedEx. I'm not sure why. It was free shipping for, I guess, US Postal Service was included, but and FedEx was more, but they sent it FedEx, so I got it within like 3 days. Okay, we got a USB-C cable, a little information from BackMarket. So that's everything that's in the box. You just get a USB-C cable in this one, no wall charger in this one. Looks like they shoved the phone in here, and no plastic around it. Let's take a quick look at what the screen looks like. Yeah, I can see there's some scratches on here, which on the description for the condition, some scratches should be expected. I think only excellent says there's going to be almost no scratches on the screen. So let's look at the body here. Alright, so here's the bottom corner. Got your speaker grill here, USB-C port. Looks pretty good. This one has a sort of plastic backing. Yeah, no scratches here on the side here. And volume rocker seems to work okay. Power button. So this looks like it's in pretty good condition. And that's what, I guess that's what I was looking for. It's the microphone grill there. So overall, the sides, not too bad. This is the SIM card tray there. Here's the back, here's the fingerprint reader. So here's the camera bump, and 2 cameras in this one, wide and ultra wide. No cracks or scratches on the glass. Looks pretty good. The whole back looks really, really clean. Feels smooth, no scratch. I think there was definitely a case on this one, whoever owned it previously. So looks pretty good. Also looks like a little bit of dust there in the USB-C port, but I think, in terms of the screen, it's just very hard to. This is a very reflective screen, so it's hard to show on camera. Alright, so I turned off the overhead lighting there, and just to give you an idea of what it looks like on camera. You can clearly see some swirl marks on the screen, and the reflections. Yes, I think mostly right here says I can actually feel that scratch right there, but in terms of other scratches elsewhere, I don't feel anything. It's just this one area right over here. There's definitely one scratch right there. The bezel is smooth and doesn't have any rough edges, so it hasn't been dropped. This is probably just from daily wear. And when you look at this, the screen from a little bit of a distance, you can't really see anything. It doesn't really come out on camera. Let's go ahead and turn it on, see if there's any battery left in it. Okay, it's got some battery. And once the screen's on, nothing really shows up. You can't see anything. So it's about as what I think as expected based on the description. Of course, there's going to be some variance. There's probably going to be some phones in good condition that have maybe a few more scratches, maybe some that have less. I think this is, in my opinion, probably acceptable. It looks like it's been reset, and you can't really, once you see this, the screen is turning, you can't see that scratch anymore. You do feel it a little bit on the fingertips though. So go ahead and get it set up and see if everything is working, and then I'll come back. Alright, it's been a couple of weeks since I filmed that last segment when I unboxed the Pixel 5, and been using it, not as my daily driver, but as a secondary phone, and basically, checking it every day, putting all my stuff on here. It's been working totally fine. I've had no issues. Everything that I've been trying to do with it works. It's a very functional phone. Not the fastest phone in the world. Obviously, it's like almost 4 years old. But everything has been working out well with really no complaints. I did add a matte screen protector to this. I bought this from AliExpress. I think they sold them in packs of 3 for $1. And the swirl marks and small scratches were a little bit annoying, but mostly the fingerprints were just super annoying on this particular phone. For whatever reason, this screen happens to pick up a lot of fingerprints. So I bought a matte screen protector. You can see it's kind of a sheen to it, and has a little bit of a texture. So, as you're using the phone, it has a little bit of a noise, which kind of like has a little bit of feedback, and it's not as sticky as the Gorilla Glass. And so with this screen protector on here now, all those little imperfections, swirl marks are gone. But basically, it looks completely brand new now, and pretty happy with it. I'm going to obviously use this as a backup replacement phone for my Pixel 2. I'm going to retire that now because that one's a little bit too slow to be used even as a backup. This one's a pretty nice phone overall. It's got a really nice camera. Everything works fine. Obviously, even the cosmetic imperfections on the case itself, or the back, very, very subtle. There's not really scratches. It's more like wear marks from just like when you actually use it on a daily basis and rub your fingers on it. It does get a little bit shiny, but there's no scratches or anything on here. So in the end, I think the good category, again, is kind of subjective in terms of what you're going to get. I was kind of hoping that the scratches and stuff would be on the body and not on the screen. That's the way it's supposed to be. But you could have some scratches on the screen. And in this case, the body is actually better than the screen. But with the screen protector, everything is really good now. So I'm pretty happy. I'm going to actually keep this one. The last video that I showed you on the Galaxy Z Fold 3, that was that folding phone, which came in the fair condition, which was the condition that was the lower one compared to good. This is the middle position one. That one I actually ended up deciding to send back. Was kind of debating whether or not I would do a trade-in for the new Fold 6 that's coming up, but then I found out that the prices for the Fold 6 were actually going to go up. I was hearing upwards of $2,200, $2,300, and I was like, well, I'm not so sure. Even with like an $800 discount, it's going to be really worth it for me to pick that up. So decided to send that one back. The return process was fairly painless. I just basically said I changed my mind. I didn't want it anymore. If you tell them there's something wrong with it, then there's a different process you have to go through to get it repaired. Don't do that. Just tell them you changed your mind. I don't want it anymore, or don't need it anymore. And then you get basically they send you a return label, and you just send it back. It's pretty simple. So some people make a mistake of saying that, oh, the screen is not like, I could have told them that the screen's cracked, and then they'll be like, well, we can fix that for you. And then they're going to try and go through the process of fixing that. Don't do that. Just tell them that you don't want it. You can change your mind for any reason within 30 days, and they'll send you a return label. You send it back, and they give you your money back. So just don't make the mistake of trying to say that there's something wrong that needs to be fixed, and then they're going to try and fix it before, ultimately you'll end up returning. So some people, they make that mistake, and then they're like, oh, okay, I still want to return it. You just save yourself a headache. Just tell them that you just changed your mind, you don't want it anymore, and then you can just return it that way. So as I said, I've been using this as a backup phone. So I did not put my actual T-Mobile SIM in here. I actually put in an alternate SIM. This company called Text Now. And this is actually like 100% free phone service. I'm going to have another video on this later. I've been testing it out. I've been using it. It's working pretty well, but I want to sort of come up with all the gotchas, and there's a lot of them. It is free, but it's not without, drawbacks. So I'll have a video on that later. If you're looking for like basically phone service that doesn't cost you any money out of pocket, $0 per month, then stay tuned for that video. That'll be coming out probably in a couple weeks. Now, I am going to try and look at maybe another phone. I'm considering getting a Pixel 4a in the excellent category, because I've tried the fair category. This is the good category phone here, and I want to see what we get by spending more in a particular category in the excellent condition, and just to see what we would get in terms of the quality of the condition of an excellent condition phone from BackMarket. So I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it or not, but if I do, then that'll be probably down the road at some point. So that'll cover for this video. Hopefully it was helpful. If you did find it helpful, please give the video a thumbs up. I would appreciate that. And let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section below. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video.